Hi there, my name is Peter Davison and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And I've been watching Devs, a new TV show, Devs, and it's really interesting. It's a really, really interesting show, but is it a recommend? Can I recommend it to you? And the truth is, I really don't know. I don't know yet. I'm 6 episodes in of an 8-episode miniseries, and I'm really not sure. If it is going to be a recommend, I think it's going to be a recommend for a smaller section of you. I don't think this is going to be beloved by all, by any stretch of the imagination. So this was created, written and directed by the frankly fantastic Alex Garland. I just love his work. For me, he's building up a really awesome resume of just great, thought-provoking and genre entertainment. So he wrote the original 28 Days Later and Sunshine, a movie that I really enjoyed. And he also wrote and directed Ex Machina. No idea how to pronounce it, but it's very good. And Annihilation, which I know a lot of people didn't like. I really did. I thought it was very good. All of which I thought, just excellent. So Devs deals with a lot of the same themes that the rest of Garland's work does, which is where technology meets, it gets so advanced it meets theology or spirituality. It asks some really, really interesting questions. So as I said, this thing is an 8-episode miniseries, and we're 6 episodes in, and it really deals with the question of if we have predeterminism or if we have free will. It's an old theological question. If God knows everything and knows everything that's going to happen and exists outside of space and time, how can we have free will? Basically, the basic answer to that question is just how you perceive reality. A great example of that would be that in fiction, how it's represented really clearly is Alan Moore's Watchmen. I think issue 4. So go back and read the comic. Don't look at the TV show. The comic really deals with how a being that exists outside of space and time, perceives reality, and it really does it very, very, very well. And the TV show, the HBO TV show, completely failed to understand it. Like completely, it was so dumb. It really annoyed me, and that was so clever. So that's what this show deals with. Is everything set in stone? Is there karma? Is there fate, or is there free will? Again, that I think is the real question of the show thus far. It could go in a completely different direction. But speaking of going in completely different directions, can I take a break and ask you, can you hit that subscribe button? Make a Rabbi happy today. This is going out on the first day of the holiday of Passover. So what better way to elate a rabbi than hitting that subscribe button, hit the share button, hit the like button. All these things are fan-dabby double dosing, and I am genuinely very, very, very grateful for everyone who does it. I give stuff away on this channel each week just to show you my genuine appreciation. I'm giving away not 1 but 2 things this week. You can win the Doctor Who story, the Black Orchid, but I think that's just a 2-episode story. You need something a bit more weighty. So going along with that is 4 to Doomsday. Both of them starring Peter Davison. Was it 82? I think. And all you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribing being very important, and then leave the hashtag. What's the hashtag? Celery. Hashtag celery. We're going to do the giveaway, the prize draw on Sunday when I'm on the on the TARDIS zone. I think this week we're talking about the Chrysler Eccleston Doctor Who episode World War 3. I think. Is it World War 3? Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, whatever. The one after Aliens of London. Yeah, Aliens of London, World War 3. Yeah, fine. So we're going to be talking about that this week. Also, look in the video notes. It has all the instructions you need. Plus, there's a Doctor Who audio adventure you can download from there. But enough of this talk of Doctor Who. Let's get back to Dev. So, there's a lot. There's a hell of a lot I can really recommend this show for. But equally, there's some really significant drag factors as well that's really pushing me away. So the first thing is the pacing is, if I want to be polite, very leisurely. It's too leisurely for my taste. I get the feeling this story could have been told in 4 episodes rather than 8. But I can kind of live with that, as it's not really bingeable. It works much better in the weekly model. The one thing the binge model really has shown up is how much fluff there is in productions. It really I wish they would just make these miniseries and just make the length of them the length of the story. Not say we're giving you 8 episodes, fill that 8 episodes, because you end up with again a lot of, I think, fluff, and it slows it down and it makes it less enjoyable and takes you out of the inside. And then it takes you out of the fiction, I think is a problem. But again, if you're watching this weekly, as I sort of trying to do as it comes out, it's less noticeable because it's only when I watched like 3 episodes back to back I was like, ugh, I'll look at my watch, look at my phone, much more than I want to do. But the biggest drag factor for me is its star, Sonoya Mizumo, or more how they present her. It's more like the hair, makeup, and wardrobe, and they do their best to make her this androgynous, sexless being. It's really, really disturbing. She's like completely defeminized, and it's genuinely hard to tell if you're looking at a woman or a teenage boy. So much so, my wife came in while I was watching it. I asked her, "Is this a woman or is this a teenage boy?" And she's like, "I don't know. I think it's a boy. I can't really tell." And that for me is a problem, because it just reeks to me of this puritanism that's infecting all of the entertainment industry, where only like the approved, very androgynous body type for women is allowed. Unless you're brought to the unforgivable and unrepentable sin of inflaming or appealing to the male gaze. Honestly, it's not a terrible thing that the men are sexual beings. In the same way, it's not a terrible thing that women are sexual beings. This utter terror of sexuality is weird. It's a bit weird, and I can't wait till it like goes away again. So the real problem with making her this androgynous, sexless being is they're writing her, like Garland's writing her, as a real three-dimensional person, which means she is a sexual being, which we all are. So and in the script she's referred to many times as being like very desirable. No, she's not. I mean, unless you're into like 14-year-old boys, no, she's not. So that's a bit weird. And again, it takes you out of it. And what's really annoying is these were all creative choices to dress her and make her up to make her look completely sexless. It's in real life, I believe she's a model and a ballet dancer, for goodness sake. They really put her through the defeminizing machine for this one. So that's a really big drag factor because it pulls down an otherwise really, really interesting drama, doing really, really interesting things. So Devs is set in this tech giant Amaya, which is based in San Francisco, and like all these like massive tech giants, they have this otherworldly campus. This is in the woods, I guess, just outside of San Francisco. So they have little things like the trees in the campus at night have these like really funky little light rings around them. I can't work out how they did, how they put them there. They all looks very otherworldly. But the standout feature of the Amaya campus is this massive, 150 feet tall statue of a little girl that's like towers over the treetops, which gives you an idea like how massive it is. And I was just thinking about it. It looked to me like it's a practical model. It doesn't look like it looks to me like it's really there. They really built it. It doesn't look to me like it's an effect. If it's an effect, it's a very, very, very good one. It's so good. I didn't even question it until now. So the young girl in question is the deceased daughter of Forrest, the owner and the guy who started up Amaya, and that's really one of the reasons that it's very, very compelling to watch because Forrest is played by Nick Offerman. Was it Offerman or Offerman? Let me look up his name. Nick Offerman. Okay, I did it right. Nick Offerman, who you probably know from Parks and Recreation, who normally plays like exactly the same role, whatever he does, and that's his thing. So here he gives us like completely mesmerizing performance. It's like Emmy-worthy, Oscar-worthy, whatever, BAFTA-worthy performance. This is a career high for him as he creates this character that could have really easily have been a very two-dimensional, cartoonish, James Bond-esque villain. Instead, we have like this deeply layered, compassionate, sensitive, and highly intelligent person who's been driven to, let's say, extreme measures by personal grief, and he may have been driven to insanity. He doesn't seem insane, although that's what insanity is, when you have like irrational things, which this character does, very, very funky and irrational, funky things, and they seem wholly rational and logical. So this is really a triumph in writing and performance of the character, and honestly, I think he's I found it the most rewarding part of this drama. It's almost worth watching him. And actually, for me, it is worth watching it just for his performance. So deep in the woods at Amaya is the Devs division, which is surrounded by this impossible and mind bending security that I think is designed to keep the whatever is going on in Devs separate from the rest of the world. So it's So once you get into the building, the building has like these gold staffs outside it to stop some kind. I can't remember. They explained it, and it sounded. And I went, "Oh, that's cool," but that's too big for my tiny brain. which you do get a lot in this show. Like these like staffs of gold outside. But once you get there, you're not even in the Devs building. The Devs is a building inside a building. It's completely encased in gold, and the Devs building is completely unconnected from the world because it hovers on this electromagnetic field, and you got to get on this like funky electromagnetic elevator, the sideways elevator that like hovers, the lateral elevator to get there. So this thing is completely covered world, and there's some incredible super computer, probably like one of the most advanced computers in the world. So what is happening at Devs? What are they developing? And that's really one of the central questions, or that kind of like just gets answered in dribs and drabs. I have found. It's clear. They're trying to make some kind of predictive model. They say that right from the beginning. And when anybody sees the code of this thing, they're terrified. When one of the most pivotal characters sees the code in the first episode, his first reaction after freaking out is to run to the bathroom and vomit profusely. So he wants to. Is this code real? And they said yes, we've used it before. So it takes about 6 episodes to get to. It takes to episode 6 to get to the answers of what they're doing. But again, they may be going in a that might have been a red herring. But I think pretty sure they're doing what they said in the recent episode I saw. So the other standout character after Hoffman would be what's he called again? This character called Kenton, played by Zach Grenier. I've seen him in a few things. So he's the head of Amaya Security, and he's essentially cut from the same fictional cloth as Jonathan Banks's Mike from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. So he's like got like this. He knows his spycraft very well. He's got this all espionage spycraft and military training, and he's a significantly dangerous person, a professionally dangerous person, and he's the major foil for Sanai Mizumo's. What's her name again? Lily Chan. And there's a lot of interesting stuff that goes on. He's a pretty good character, but again, it seemed to me that they really just said, "Oh, let's just take Mike from Breaking Bad," and they hired an actor kind of in the same range as him, somebody who you wouldn't expect to be like a really dangerous spy assassin, and I'm not sure it completely works. He's not bad. I'm not sure it completely works. There's 2 other characters that I really loved who are working at Devs, which is Stuart and Lyndon. Stuart is this like really old African American guy. I think he's in his 70s. And who's like seen it all and done it all before. He's got all this like world knowledge and worldly wisdom. And he's working with this really young teenage boy, Lyndon, and they're working on this like intense math that's literally creating art to solve this thing that's realizing what Devs is doing. And finally we got Star Trek Picard's Alison Pill in a role much better suited for it. This is really what she should have been playing. She should have been in Picard, and she's like really cold and seemingly emotionless. She's the head of the Devs division. Is she emotionless, or is she just very driven by the results of the code, of the math that they've developed? I think we're going to see some kind of emotional evolution for her in the last 2 episodes. But again, it takes to episode like 5 or 6 before we get into who she is before you actually understand who she is as a character. So, is this a recommend? It's really hard to say. It's really hard to say. Firstly, I don't know where it's going. With 2 episodes to go, it's still very, very possible that this could like poop the bed big time. But my guess is I think it won't. I think it's going to deliver interesting answers to the very interesting questions that it's raising. Just in terms of ideas alone, this is a 10 out of 10. The ideas are absolutely fantastic, and it takes you to some really, really interesting places. But in terms of overall entertainment, it's kind of more of a 6 out of 10. You know, Offerman's performance is a very strong draw. It is a very strong draw, and I'm really close to saying you should check it out just for that. But you know, Sonoya Mizuma, or rather, you know, hair, makeup, and wardrobe, I think are even more a stronger repellent force for me. Yeah, so there, you know, yeah, it's weird. You know, if you just like let her grow her hair and put some lipstick on her, this probably would have been closer to an 8. So yeah, it's funny for such a small thing that it really takes it. Yeah, it really detracts from it. But for me, it really did. Look, check it out. Let me know what you think. Are you watching it? Let me know in the comments. My name is Peter Davison, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.